Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see if this works. This is EA Emacs 36. I'm going to try to quickly categorize some Emacs news because because it's Monday. So, well, you're welcome to keep me company, chat about things if you like. And let's see how we can get through this. Okay, 1 line per day diary. That pretty popular format. Oh, okay. So there's a keyboard shortcut here for inserting the current date. That looks interesting. Okay, let's put that in the org mode thingy. Oh, this is actually, so this is, how is this different from Prot's other post about this? Hang on a second. Okay, so this is kind of the, okay, so this is the post just saying that it's going to happen, and this has some more notes on his article, his post here, which I should link to. So here, this is that, and we'll link to this post instead of this other post here. Okay. All right, so that is sorted out here. Hello, Charlie. Okay, here we go. Melpa now has 2 additional channels there where the version numbers should be compatible with the regular ones. So if you've had a hard time before with Melpa stomping over the same packages that are available through Elpa or non-GNU Elpa, then you'll probably want to switch over to those channels instead. Which I probably will too, actually. Okay, so that is kind of a configuration sort of thing. This is me posting about his his reaction to our video with Prot. So that's probably going to be a community thing somewhere. And automating Emacs screenshots. Okay, cool. I feel like it's not quite an appearance thing. It feels like it's more of an Emacs Lisp thing. I think that's really cool. Actually, what does it say? Okay, so he's floating the frame. So he floats it and then hides it again, and he checks it. It's funny. Okay, I'll just put it in appearance. I'll put it in appearance. Okay, PGP keys. MU4E, that is definitely mail news and chat. Writing with an input method, this is in the writing category. Emacs mail to, yep, mail news and chat. Paste, paste, SRHT, that's web, maybe? It's pretty cool. Okay, put that in the web stuff because it's about sharing things on the web. Sign always encrypt when possible. Yep, mail. Magit 4.6. Ooh, what? 313 commits since the last release half a year ago. What do we have here now? Syntax highlighting in diffs, but it's disabled by default. You can configure Magit diff fontify hunk in order to get that. There's some hooks. Okay, I'll just put that in coding. Projectile 3.0. Okay, dispatch. Super PM? I don't have that. I mean, I haven't installed it yet, that's probably why. I don't usually think people like packages bind to super, but I can probably find it myself. We'll see. Okay, projectile, gotcha. Navigation. Say ID? Say it? Alright. Is this a Emacs thing or Oh yeah, yeah. There's like cider. Okay, okay. I'll just put it in coding. God mode notes with denote and consult notes. Sounds interesting. Let's stick that in the denote category. Date books, planners, and calendars. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. He mentioned this in his in the Emacs chat I had with him, making this planner thing here, which was cool. So, what is this? Do I put this in org mode? No, I don't. I'll just put it in other. Direct. Okay. Cider. Yep, that's coding. Oh, there's a request here. Org Babel. I would like to be able to easily call Babel blocks from Emacs list. That would be nice. Has there been any progress on it? Oh yeah. Huh. Class. I'll just put that in the remote thingy. Okay, PDFs. PDFs and PDF tools. Embark's website always takes a little while to load. It's okay, we'll wait. Grand Unified Debugger is a candidate for both of the carnivals. Let's put that under coding. Oh good, this post is loaded. PDF tools. Oh, I see. It makes PDFs open up in Emacs by default. Could be fun. I don't want to load it again. I want to say that this is a desktop Emacs client desktop file for making Emacs the default PDF viewer in Linux. Okay. Other. This is the same thing as earlier, so this is going to be the Reddit link and should paste. Here we go. And let's link directly to the source hut page. Composing Android companion app using Emacs Lisp. Oh, hey JB. Nice. So do you use Emacs now? Yeah, I've been doing this this Emacs newsletter for a number of years. Starting after I left Ateneo. Yeah, there's always fun stuff to learn. Okay, this one over here, Class Pane. What have you been up to? Is the question. Every time I click on this line, it opens up, which is something I will probably want to change at some point. Okay, so this one over here needs to go in there, and that's fine. Okay, task focus. This is great for those of us who are easily distracted. It sounds interesting. It forces you to stay locked behind the full frame screen until you commit a task and session length. The lock returns when the session ends, when you clock out or when you go idle, and then you have to decide what to do. Okay. Oh, actually, first this is a Reddit link, so I need to link directly to that. What kind of a screen lock does it make? Screenshots. Okay, it shows a full frame buffer with 2 action keys. You can either pick a task or show the log. Everything else doesn't work. Interesting. Okay, cool. For some people, this could be a great thing. Community, I wonder what people are talking about in this. Language detection string. What does it mean? There's a function called language detection string? What is language detection string? I don't have a language detection string. Why don't I have a language detection string? Language detection string. Are we talking like programming languages? No, we're talking human languages. Is this what it means? Okay. Language detection string. But if it's wrapping around this, it feels like it's going to be. No, feel free to chat away. I'm just trying to squeeze this in before, while the kiddo is patiently amusing herself. At some point, she's going to be like, you gotta play with me again. Hello, Grimaldi. There's no lateness. I am just squeezing this in. I have given up all hope of having a schedule, at least during the daytime during summer, because the kiddo likes to play D&D with me. Because I make all sorts of silly puzzles based in math. What is this? Language section. Oh, okay. This one is programming languages. Isn't that interesting? So it automatically detects what language. That sounds like it could be fun. Huh. All right, let's try that out. Try out language detection. I mean, for me, it's pretty straightforward, I think, because I only write in Python and JavaScript and Emacs lists and shell scripts. Yeah, those languages. And English and French and Tagalog now too, because that way people who are learning Tagalog can have Emacs things to read. Anyway, let me just copy this and save it for myself for later. Okay, what other cool stuff was in here? Meow and Ghostel. Alright. Language detection, meow. And Ghostel. Debug and variable change, that's helpful. Alright. Debug on variable change. I'll say ... so people know there's more than that. Okay. Emacs mail 2. Yes, here we go. That's a Reddit link. We will link to the write-up. And since there's a source hut link to it, let's copy that one as well. I'm experimenting with a different place to put the webcam, so now it is slightly awkwardly in between my monitor, the second monitor, and me. I don't want to raise the monitor too high because then I get a crick in my neck. But if I just look past it, then I can still see stuff behind it, except for the very bottom of my screen. Should be fine. All the important stuff in the echo area is on the left side anyway, so that's still visible. We'll see. Oh, wait, what happened to that mail too? Hang on a second. My link here was a little awkward, wasn't it? Here we go. This is actually yes. Let's make that link shorter. Source hut. Why are there 2 menu bars? I don't particularly know, and at this point I'm too scared of restarting my Emacs to find out. I can deal with that later, I think. It's probably because I've accidentally added things twice to my global key map by reevaluating my config or whatever. So it's not you, it's me. It's just weird. Alright, so okay, this one over here does not have a link that I should rewrite this to, so this is just in writing. Abbreviations per file, I'm guessing is what this is. Oh yes, per mode actually. So here for example, you can define an abbreviation only if your point is in the math environment. It could be handy. I only have a few abbreviations, so I haven't run into this problem yet, but it could be interesting. Neofetch. What is Neofetch? Gets information about the system in Emacs in a fancy way. Alright, let's add system information. It looks weird. It's like kind of like okay. I know I've been encouraging people to not just reflexively turn off the menu bar in Link Arzu's recent live stream where he was having a coaching session with Prod. He's like very resistant to the idea of having a menu bar, but then he's also struggling to remember the keyboard shortcuts for switching buffers. And I'm like, you know, just if you're a newbie, it's okay. Just leave it on. Then you can switch things easily. You can say like buffer, right? Much easier than having to remember, okay, what's it called? Switch, you know, meta X switch to buffer or control XB. Anyhow, what does this do? It is, oh, it just, okay, displays information. Okay. All right, this is, feel like I'll just put it in the beginner section.
Yeah, so this is a
yeah. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, something seems to have changed in my Emacs setup lately, so I probably need to just compile things from scratch and clean them out, and then I'll be back on track, I think. Proof of concept for a transparent bridge between mobile interaction and executing eLisp. I cannot talk right now. Glass pane. What is this? Large language model generated proof of concept. Don't approximate Emacs, connect to it. So it just connects to Emacs in order to run things. What do people think about it? Two large language models didn't read. Where do I put this? I'll just put this in the LLM category. We are changing category names. It's now called the large language model category. Models, maybe? Make that there. Okay. All right. Okay. Emacs native YouTube music player. How about that? Okay, if this is a Reddit link, so let's add the link directly to the repo, and let's put this in multimedia. So I check and explain errors. Yep, that is handy. That is encoding. How to use terminals inside Emacs. They seem to have a bit more of a conversation. Lots of people talking about things. But I can skip it. What do you do in Emacs? Also a very lively configuration. Also a very lively conversation. Oh yeah, let's try that. Menu bar mode. Alright. One of them disappeared. Okay, does the other one still work? Hey, look at that! The other ones, I'm very confused. I have two menu bars, but one of them disabled it, so I guess that's okay. So thanks, Charlie, for that suggestion. We're back to something that looks somewhat sane. I can't turn the other one off. Mysterious. It's fine. I love this top voted comment here. What do you do in Emacs? I configure Emacs. It's true. I don't know, it's like everything. Yeah, always a fun conversation. Let's stick that in community. Doing Emacs on Android. Is there anything that goes into more detail? How is this different from, say, Termux? Oh, this is more of an SSH that survives network changes? 3. All right. I think 3. All right. I think oh, we're back online. Possibly. Maybe. Who knows? Hello, Simon. You are welcome. And I really enjoy it. I really like the cool stuff that we learn whenever people share what they've been learning about with Emacs. And I Charlie says, "Oh no, I hope the menu bar wasn't connected to the Blue Yeti yet." Huh? Well, maybe, possibly. I actually have a stream menu here, which I added, which does include a panic button to dump the last 10 seconds or so of the stream. So there is some connection between my menu and the and OBS, but I don't know. My microphone just does weird things sometimes. Okay, where was I? This is more about an app sort of screenshot rather than Doom, so it's fine. This is a this over here. We say this makes this a YouTube thingy, and then we go back to here where I've already included his post, and that way we can include all those links right there. Perfect. Now this was really this was an interesting screenshot. This memorized vocabulary on the go with Emacs Android. I use Anki on my phone to review flashcards, but if I can get org SRS working on my phone, that could be a lot of fun. So let's go see. Where do I need to link to a specific thing here in order to do that? I'll just leave it as the thread, I think. But I do want the thread instead of linking to the image and then the same thing, right? So this is org SRS. Okay. Let's add it to the try org SRS on my phone. Actually, there you go. That's the link I want. It takes me a long time to do Emacs news because I keep coming across all these interesting ideas that I want to try. That is a nice looking mode line, let's say. Okay, so this is a Reddit link to that, and that is appearance, sure. I wasn't entirely clean on, the conversations, the comments on this were helpful. They point out there's probably base rate fallacy here going on here because it looks like there are more people switching from Vim to Emacs, but that's also because there are way more Vim users in general. But it is nice to hear from some of the commenters, that were very that the community is very friendly and helpful. So it's nice. Da, 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 da. Do I want to include this? I'll probably skip this for now. We'll see how it goes. Senki Rain has a question. I wonder how you organize your org files. One big file or separate files, daily files, denote. I just have a few very large org files because I do not have the bandwidth right now to be more organized than that. So, for example, I just stuff a lot of things into the inbox, especially on my phone. I use Orgsley Revive to quickly capture ideas on my phone, and then as I can, I either try to get through some of the tasks, especially the ones I've scheduled for myself as a reminder, or I refile them either automatically with my tag-based refiling system, as long as there's if a certain text, if a certain string matches the text, or I think is if the tags match something else that I've defined, then it can get automatically filed into one of my refile targets. If you don't know about refile targets, org refile targets, org-refile targets is a variable that lets you set up places that you can easily refile things to or jump to, which is very helpful. So that's how I get away with just having a few large files. This, breaking things into more granular files might be interesting someday, but in general, I just keep everything in one, in several big files, so I can just use interactive search or org file to go jump around to different places. All right, bachelor's thesis. Interesting. Where is what? Ooh, full text. Okay, let's. What am I looking at? Hang on a second. Open latest download. All right, copy. Nice. Okay, that looks very cool. Let's put that somewhere. There are, of course, other people with different ways of organizing things, and that is a wonderful thing about Emacs and org mode and denote and all these other tools, is you can probably find someone who thinks the way your brain works and then just copy their configuration, plus put a couple of tweaks of your own on top of that. So that is very cool. Like for example, this one. I'm excited about this project. You can now render those fancy graphs, those force-directed graphs, inside Emacs. And hey, it's got a click hook. Nice, nice. Let's take a look at that. I'm very curious about how to use Emacs's SVG capabilities to do interesting things with animation or graphics and interactivity. And if they made it slightly easier to just say, yeah, I'm going to make this graph and then I'm going to allow people to click on things and have stuff happen to them, then who knows what kind of cool things we can make. So what is this click hook? Clicked function. Okay, yeah, it takes a node identifier. Nice. How does it do it? It is playing, yeah. Okay, I like this. I am going to add myself another to-do to check that out. Play around with graph FA2. Like imagine if we had more of these graphic libraries where you could just give it a function or a list of functions, and then you have that kind of mouse interactivity for the kinds of things that don't otherwise do. I think it's really just moving SVG elements around. So Emacs has SVG support, and if you update the data structure related to the SVG that you've inserted the image for, the image itself updates. I use this when I'm editing subtitles, because you can show the waveform and you can show a line moving through the waveform. And the performance of this is actually pretty good. So to have it also work for something like this is pretty cool. How is it calculating all of this stuff? Is it doing it in pure Emacs Lisp? Yeah, it says it's pure Emacs Lisp, background cached engine. So it's not even calling out to a dynamic module to do anything. Although that is something that other people have done. There's also been some interesting work on working with dynamic modules for things like the graphics acceleration and whatnot. Anyhow, where do I put this? Emacs Lisp. Okay, Doom Emacs. This is Bash Bunny's clip, isn't it? Okay, let's put it in Doom Emacs there. Man, this is a Reddit link to the thing. Oh, let's just actually turn this into a Reddit link for Magit. There you go. Now it's in the same space as other things. This graph, it seems a little more interesting than the other one, right? The other one was, so there might be some artifacts also here based on the analysis, because at some point the source code control system, the version control system switched from Bazaar to Git, and I guess it might be possible that the tracking of contributors wasn't as clear back then. But anyway, I think that's interesting community-wise. It is just a Reddit thread, so we can link directly to that instead of making people open the image and then go there. Okay, so that's community. How to search for text in Emacs. Please be a nice video. Looks reasonable. Yeah, okay, navigation, let's go. Word mode from scratch, complete tutorial. At some point, I'm just kind of hoping that... I'm confused now.
En mi caso, en la configuración que les dejé, puse que tenga por defecto en el archivo de configuración que les paso ya vienen instalados un par de paquetes que les...
Okay, so challenge is sometimes if things use TTS...
de código de Python, bash y list. Pero le pueden agregar...
Sounds like it... It's getting really hard to tell whether something's like has a lot of human effort put into it. Maybe. I don't know, man. I can just skip it, I guess. It's so hard to say. I don't know. Okay. Are we using Emacs list?
Pascal theorem, fantastic. You can see or convert the entire directory.
Are we using Emacs list?
Okay, that's
like
another
kind of
type.
Demonstration of it.
Then there's also have to look at it
We can skip this sometime too, I think.
where people it doesn't exist. Okay, so what we
How to connect official Android Emacs to the Pixel Linux terminal. It sounds like you just eShell and then you NC. Oh, I see. Okay, so you use netcat. I think that's what NC expands to make a connection. Yeah, Toybox netcat. To make a local connection. Interesting. Okay. All right. Markdown as org mode. Sorry about that.
Montelier sparkling water.
Can it?
Now in peach.
You know what? Let's see if this works. Oh, I need MPV play URL. Alright. Should make that an embark. Aha!
Now
It does work.
I also have a different thing to... Well, I believe work mode doesn't...
I just cannot put it into a concrete argument, but
Okay, we'll just stick that in org mode and work with it. LMs. Oh yeah, this is the community thing. Gotcha. I put that right under my other blog post. You know what I should do is I should have my open in background. I should have a browse URL handler handle all the YouTube things. Except sometimes I actually want to open it in YouTube to look at the comments in the transcript. Okay, I'll just do it by hand then. You know what I need is I need an embark that acts in the video. And I already have an embark thing that acts in the video. Can I MPV play URL it? Okay, alright. MPV play. Alright. Hang on a second. I got this. what I need here is I need this. Oh, this is actually, I need the video actions. Here we go. And I need to make it so that Shift M, capital M, plays it as a URL. So does this now show up here? Can I control HB it? No. Let's default. Okay, now does it show up? Yes, actually it's already there. Okay. So if I have this, if I embark and I press Shift M, that's it. I think it opens it up. It's a good question. Huh. The MPV function, no, that is totally built into the library. It can just play YouTube videos. Just give it a URL and it'll do the thing, which is great because ads are very annoying. And also because MPV will then let you grab the timestamp of things, right? So it's very cool. But right now, MPV play URL, let me make sure that it actually gets... This is another thing that takes a while. If I'm making Emacs news, I get distracted by all the things that I want to add to my setup. So here, this is MPV play URL. Let us make sure that it's actually getting the URL that I want. I press Shift M. All right, am I getting a URL? Yes, I'm getting a URL. Okay, waiting for MPV.
Relatively simple comments are useful in program sources, but design history and movement to text file, but it is much easier and more consistent. Plain text is in the makes this. To create the link, the bookmark is copied. Then the link dialog is...
I'll just put it in navigation and y'all can figure out what that is, but maybe this is something that I want to look at the comments for. Link XL. Okay, there are no comments. That's fine. We'll put it in navigation and y'all can figure it out. What? F5. Oh, wait a minute. Which C, Control H dispatch. Reset the transients. There you go. Sometimes my transient keymaps seem to get stuck and then I just have to reset the transients. How do I reset the transient? Reset transient. I think what I end up doing is this. I need to set my overriding terminal local map so that it doesn't get confused and think that I'm trying to be in a transient key map that I am no longer in. Emacs and Go. Okay, yeah, I was saying navigation. Installation and setting up with, oh yeah, right. Okay, so here then, I want a key binding that lets me do the same thing from this menu where I say, okay, it's just a whole bunch of things. So I want to be able to say M in order to get this to do that. Do I define this menu here? Yes, I do, in fact. Excellent. So here, I need to say M, in which case I don't say Emacs use process aerial link. I need to say open in MPV. All right. So this function here does not exist yet, and I will add that by following this. Okay, following that idea. Open YouTube links and MPV. Okay, well, actually I don't have that elsewhere. Okay, this is Emacs News. What did I call it? MPV play URL, it's fine. Just call it MPV play URL. Play the video using MPV. So first I need to obtain the URL. That's an easy enough way to get it. And then I can just say MPV play URL and the URL. Now this MPV play URL, let's make sure that it's same function. Oh yeah, this is not what I called it. MPV play URL. I used debrev to expand that. So now theoretically, if I'm here, then I can press M to open it up. Eventually, perfect.
Hello there. Okay, so say
All right. Okay. Yeah. So looks like a human. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I have to use M in order to open that. You know what that means is maybe I should make it. Oh. Okay, I'm in the wrong spot. So here we are. Browse GitHub repos directly from Find File dialog. That sounds interesting. Maybe I should make that the default.
To show you, I don't think. Oh well, it's basically shell over track.
You have a direct buffer, right? With
and slash after that, and I was.
Okay, all right. Are these like snippets from a meetup where people are having fun with I need to make time to go to one of these. Okay, 7. Neovim user reacts to bash plugins. Let's put that in a reaction to this one over here. And this one over here can go. Oops, I have some comments. I mean, extra parentheses here that need to. This one can go in beginners where I've been putting them. This is 8 as well. New experiment, large language models. God mode, this is the thing for the note, and this one is writing. Okay, so let's do a quick skim of other places to go for news. Nice. Someone's already used it for Vulpia, which is a different way of indexing org notes for greater performance. So very cool. Emacs solo. Okay, I already have a link to that one. June Emacs kernel had 22 entries. Did we already link to this one? We should definitely link to this one again. Wow, the June Emacs Carnival had 22 entries gathered. Actually, 22 entries. On the topic of underappreciated Emacs build-ins. Right about next. Thanks. To Ross for hosting June, and Annie for hosting in July. There you go. Apparently people actually read these introductory paragraphs, so now I actually have to write stuff in them. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So that's Blue Sky. Let's check Hacker News. Apparently, the Free Software Foundation has thoughts, and they would prefer that people use the term large language model instead of AI, artificial intelligence. So let's give that a try. Easy enough. Oh, good, there are comments in this thing. Okay, here we go. Merely strolling through the document leaves me the feeling that the author got tired and decided this is a good stopping point. Okay, where is that thing? Core. Here we go. Oh, did I mislike? Oh yeah, okay. It's because this is directly to that Reddit link. You know what? Does that mean I can just make this? This is the main link, and that can be the Reddit link. Reddit, yes. And actually, is this like, is there a higher level HTML page that one should go to? No, I guess not. Emacs architecture, unlocking the core. Sometimes I feel weird about linking directly to the. Oh, that's interesting. Here we go. There. I prefer to link to this because it contains the additional context, but we can include the PDF link. Text PDF. There you go. That's what I wanted. Okay. That's nice. Did I already? Meh. Okay. Yep, that is done. Let us go look at the next thing. Lobster sometimes has interesting discussions. Oh, here we go. More of those. Core. And unified debugger mentioned on lobsters. Very cool, very cool. And this one already got posted last. Yeah, I included the lobsters link to that one also. Awesome. Next up. Programming.dev. Lemmy World. Lemmy.ml. Alright, nothing particularly new there. Okay, now I get to go through lots of posts on Mastodon. There is so much stuff on Mastodon. Just wait, it can take a little while. So what my code does is it checks Fosstodon and Mastodon's feeds for, and also my GoToSocial server, my GoToSocial instance. It checks it for the Emacs hashtag, and it tries to dedupe them and just sort them all into one long stream for me. So here we are. Custom C flags, LD flags to the Emacs how to build the Emacs vterm module with. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to trust that the people who want that sort of stuff will know what that means. Okay. Yeah, Andros had sent me this patch, which I totally, like, it fell through the cracks. I didn't know. So he sent it back in March or something, like May maybe, or March probably. And it was not even on my radar. But finally I got around to merging it. So now you can browse it with Org Social in Emacs. Alright, what is this? Ooh, new blog post. Okay, let's include that one for sure. Very nice. Okay, yeah, that definitely goes in the red directory. That's fine. Category. What is this one about? New Shepherd. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's use your fancy new thing. Act on video. Yes. MP play URL.
All right, welcome everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about New Shepherd and some thoughts that I have on freedom.
What is New Shepherd?
Linux is just X, like as just some tiny script to do it. So I can ask it to perform actions, right? So I know that it has health, it's an action, and it just returned me ready. It's just a dummy action, by the way. You can register other things. So this is one example where I'm being meant for that. Right? I think he shows.
What is? Okay, it's a service manager written in Gal scheme. Okay. All right. So we can skip that for now. Emacs. It's a config. Sometimes if I just come across a link to configuration file, I will stick it in the configuration category because sometimes people just like reading other people's configs for interesting ideas. It's there. Okay, printing with Emacs under recent Mac OS 10. Mac OS releases. Huh. It's in Ruby. What does it mean? Is it like information? No. Huh. Okay, that sounds interesting. Calendar is always something that people find very cool. Still need links, source code, stuff that people can try. Nice. Yeah, it's got stuff. Well, Control X8 is weird. All right, where was I? there a mention of Emacs in this? There's no mention of Emacs in this. The philosophy is there though. Ooh. Okay. It talks about the experience of making it, but it doesn't share the code for getting it done. I wish Willem had shared the code. Well, maybe I'll stick it in the LLM category, and people who like that sort of stuff can share their experiences. Ah, 2021, I remember that one. Sunsets. Timesheet 1.810. Copy link address. Right click context menu additions like in work. Oh, this is the same thing we've already linked to. It's coming up soon. Or meetup this Wednesday. Meetup notes, yes, we definitely want to link to those. Oh yeah, that's one we linked to already. Ooh, did someone already tell this person I'm sure someone already told this person about capture, but just in case. Haha. You may also want to look into setting up word capture so that it can automatically add a link to whatever you're looking at. You take a note with automatic link to. Of course, we've got to like tell people how to get there. There. Nobody's mentioned it yet, so I get to mention it. Okay, that's Mastodon. Let me just take this off the screen so I can check my email for what Andreas has sent me. All right. What is this? Emacs developed this discussion. Okay, I can put this back on. Development. Are we still in the right place? Yes, we are. Emacs devel. There's a link here. Ethical benefits of changing the main loop is handled. Maybe? I know? Okay, anyhow. It's fine. I have redaction turned on anyway. Now I'm going to sort it so that things that are more general stay on the top. Oh, also I need the stuff from the news.org. And I need to sort it into various places. Let's go. This goes into shells. That is community. This is direct. This is Emacs configuration. Other. This is actually LLMs. That is other. And that one was org mode. Okay, sort news. And I sort it so that in case people have very little information, very little time, they can just get the stuff. Actually, I think the biggest part is really just making sure that BT. Oh yeah, that's the same one. Okay. Alright, that's there. So that one's more general, and then it becomes more specific. And 3.1. Here we go. Beginner stuff. An article is easier for people to understand than just here's your config, here's the Emacs list. Ooh, we wanted to consolidate these ones. I think this is actually already in here. Oh, we have to remove the SI tracking thingy. At some point I should write something that automatically takes off those tracking links. Tracking parameters. Okay. That's notes. This one was the it is a workflow, that is a request. This is kind of more, yeah, okay, right? Okay, version control. Debugging. Yeah, that's probably good. What's this one? Oh, this is the same as that one. Okay. Oop. So that is more specific. Okay. That is there. This one is a YouTube link to the same information that's in there. Go there, and I like to add in the top. Okay. Feels like there's a lot of stuff to call out today, this week. A lot of interesting things in addition to the carnival stuff. Lots of discussion. Also, there was a fair bit of discussion about this and a new release of Magit. Have fun. Technically it's a minor release, but so okay, maybe you won't. Too many things. I like to put operating system specific stuff near the bottom. Okay. Oh, I have to tell it to sort the LLMs category. Okay. Code. Do I have... So does this now show up in the right place? Yeah. Alright. Multimedia. What happened there? Sort list. Do I have two of them? No, just one. Okay, let's publish this. I feel like I sometimes add too many exclamation marks. So, here we go. Alright, now we are waiting for it to publish. Did it do the thing? Okay, let's... Just this post. See if it shows. Ah! Hasn't shown up yet. I've just exported it, so of course my static block generator is still crunching some stuff in order to get it out there, but now I've made it, like, try to generate my whole site, so that's going to take a little bit longer. Let's share the email. Maybe that will be a little more useful. Oh, why is there Z? Ah. What? That's from like ages ago. How come it's trying to do that? Okay. Emacs news share. No, do not continue. So, okay. Alright, so I tried this. I'm trying this thing so that I can warn myself before I publish anything with a placeholder or with private information. But it runs. It's not narrowed to the thing. I think. So it's done in the before processing function. Visibility and narrowing are okay. So if I narrow to this, can I share that without triggering that error? Okay, that seems to have worked. Mostly. Right? Why not? Oh, don't I? Okay, alright. And then I also want to Emacs TV, update the Emacs TV thing. So this is for the site emacs.tv, which, if you so choose, you can use to watch random Emacs videos, because why not? And you can search for stuff too. I try to tag things from time to time. Brev stuff, for example. Anyway, that's there. Emacs.tv. Let's see if YouTube will actually... yeah, it does seem to be giving it the information. So that's good. I'm slightly over the 1 hour or so that I'd budgeted for working on this, but I gotta get done today because tomorrow will be super busy. Ooh, in the meantime, I'm thinking of waking up early during summer so I can try to have conversations about Emacs in bad French. Because that's the only, like, you gotta have conversations in bad French in order to get to conversations in good French. So, so that is something that I am gradually working up the courage to do. People are very nice and encouraging. So at some point, I need to look at my schedule and say, okay, on these days I can probably wake up early, and the kiddo will stay in bed with any luck, and then we can try it out, see how that goes. How that goes. Probably I should work up the courage to do some unscripted videos in French, so that I get used to sweating through my words online. I mean, I already have these conversation sessions with the tutor, so that's been really interesting. But to have recordings of it posted online should be interesting too. It's fine. It's fine. And also so that any possible guests have an idea of what they are signing up for. It'll be great. Wow. Why is my computer doing the ad from org talking to Reddit? I should probably look into that at some point. Anyhow, how's my blog post coming along? Alright, it should now be copying it over. So if you're here for Emacs news, you can now get it from my website. Paste. Okay. And why is this connecting to Reddit? I'm a little reluctant to Control G it now because wait, actually I can. I have this thing set up so I can interrupt that. Okay, here we are. Alright, so this is a beginner thing. Nice. Look, chapters. I appreciate that. I appreciate the chapters. Beginner. Navigation? What is links all? Okay, well, there's probably no point in tagging it just yet. Writing input method and Jinx. I don't have anything else that mentions. Denote, okay, God node and consult. go. Org mode. Ooh, so it's Emacs ATX that's been splitting these up. That's nice. GitHub. Alright, so then I can run this command. Right. Yes. I like adding the org mode links that do the next thing that I need to do with the file as a comment in the org mode file, or just somewhere in there, so that I don't have to remember and I don't have to open up another shell and all that stuff. I just go to the link and execute it with Control-C, Control-O, open it, and then it does the thing. So that is a handy tip. Okay, so now Emacs TV should have those new ones in there. Oh, eventually, because it's actually I think it's a GitHub Pages thing. It will get updated very soon. All right, so I'm going to wrap up there because probably we're gonna have dinner, and I should check in with the kiddo, otherwise she'll be very bored and grumpy with me. But thank you all for hanging out, and